What's up, everybody? Jarrett from Empire of Assets here, and today we are talking about these black and gold Zacian and Zamazenta cards, and also the products they come in and why I think they might be a little undervalued. So stick around to learn why I think these are definitely worth adding to your collection. All right, so kind of a brief history on these cards. If you don't know, there's sort of three different products in this family of the black and gold Zacian and Zamazenta products. There is the two Elite Trainer Box Pluses, one featuring Zacian, one featuring Zamazenta. And there's the original product, which is known as the Zacian Zamazenta Ultra Premium Collection that contained both of these cards, the Zacian and the Zamazenta V. These are absolutely gorgeous cards. Let me pop them out of the sleeve so you guys can see them. But so it contained both of these and then some dice, the usual stuff that comes in premium. And then you got one of each of these cards. These are absolutely gorgeous. They have really neat texturing on there. I love these cards. They also have an Eternatus V and an Eternatus V Max. I do not have either of those, but these were the two cards that came in there. And that was the original product. It retailed for $100, one of the most expensive American retail price points for a product ever. Just a beautiful card there. So those were originally $100. It contained two of the cards. And when those came out, I said I wanted one of each of these cards. And I was going to actually get them as a gift to give to my little brother. And I had to pay, I believe, $45 for the pair. So they were over $20 a piece at that time. Fairly expensive, but very nice cards. Then it would be a couple months later, the Pokemon Company announced these two products, the Elite Trainer Plus products. There is only the two of them so far, the Zacian and the Zamazenta. And as you can probably figure out, the Zacian one contains the Zacian card, and the Zamazenta features the Zamazenta V card. So that is another way to get them. And when these came out, the prices on the cards absolutely tanked. This product is $60, so more than even a special holiday Elite Trainer box at $10 more than that. $460 total. And the price on these gold cards tanked once that happened down to their current prices, which are going to be about $8 to $10 for the Zamazenta, which is the cheaper of the two, and then you're going to be about 10 to 15 on the Zacian V. I think that could be because this card is a little more playable in the TCG. I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't follow it super close. But also it's probably just the more popular Pokemon as it's more offensively based and has the sword instead of the shield. So prices came way down on these. We're kind of at the bottom. So then I wanted to look at the prices of each of these and then tell you guys what I picked this up for. If you haven't noticed, it is definitely damaged. This guy is pretty beat up. There's tears in the plastic. So you're probably thinking, well, why would I pick this up? This was a local Facebook deal for me, and the lady was only asking $45. I ended up getting it for $40, which is a great deal considering they contain 12 packs. The packs in these and the packs in the Ultra Premium are random, but 12 packs at $40 is basically a little more than $3 a pack, and anytime you can buy. There's Vivid Voltage, Darkness Ablaze, I believe, regular base sword and shield. Quite a few different types of packs you can get, but anytime you can get those for about under $4 a pack, I'm going to be all in on that. It's a great deal, and you get the dice and the other stuff. So while it may not have great resale value because of the tears and it's not a mint condition box, at $40 you can't go wrong with that, even if I decide to open it someday. So the prices on these guys, they were $60 originally. Right now they are hovering slightly higher than that at between $65 and $75. Again, the Zamazenta are a little cheaper because that card inside is cheaper. People don't like it as much. And then the Zacian is going to be probably more towards that higher $70, $75 range. So not a ton of gains on these. However, there has been better returns on the Ultra Premium Collection. Like I said before, those were originally $100. They have now shot up to between $150 and $170. So now that we kind of have all of the prices out, I just want to talk a little bit more about why I think they are worth looking at least. The reason number one is that normally, historically speaking, anything with premium in the name, like the Ultra Premium Collection, is never going to get reprinted the Pokemon company usually only makes one batch of that product and then doesn't make them anymore. While this doesn't have the premium in the name, it does have plus in the name. And if we run through what's in this box, 6 metal dice, 1 metal coin, the premium gold card, 65 card sleeves, which are Zamazenta on the back. Then we have metal condition markers, the booster packs. So as you can see, that is metal products. It's definitely going to be hard to reprint them. And again, this packaging is a little more unique than a normal one. It's got this sort of plastic cover with the Pokeball cut out, and you have the actual Pokemon through the ball that you can see. So it's pretty unique product with the black and gold theme, and definitely something that Pokemon is not going to put back on the line, especially considering the prices weren't insane right out of the gate. I would say 80% confident, maybe even 90% confident that these products will never get reprinted. And I don't think everybody has really taken that fully into account. If you look at kind of the market today and what stuff's really expensive, you have Vivid Voltage, the new Evolving Skies is really expensive. A lot of these brand new sets that are less than a year old, even Champion's Path is just coming up on its year anniversary. Those products can get reprinted for the next 4 years. I don't think people always think about that and know they might not get reprinted, but it's a pretty high odds that eventually the Pokemon market's going to cool down. Pokemon company's going to see that Vivid Voltage is still selling for $150 a booster box, and they're going to want to get that closer to $100 while the product is still within its printable lifespan, and they're going to reprint that stuff when stuff slows back down and they have more printer room and the kind of COVID stuff is over with finally. There's a lot of time left on the table for a lot of these products to get reprinted. So if you consider something like this, which just came out about, I think 6 months ago, maybe less than that even, the odds of it getting reprinted, very low. And I think that's going to drive the value of these cards particularly up over the long term. You can pick them up for under $15. There is not a ton of cards out there that you can pick up for that price. Yes, they're promo cards. Yes, they're guaranteed in every product, but they look really sharp. And if we look at something like the gold versions of the Zacian and Zamazenta, they do really well. You can also look at like the Zekrom gold cards and the Zekrom silver. I might have those mixed up, but those are older cards. They have unique artworks and they are very expensive now. I just think these are going to take the same path. The gold ones of these I do not like. I think they're not very good looking. These look much sharper. These are just really neat cards. If you haven't ever held one in your hands and actually looked at it, the texturing is beautiful. Definitely a card worth buying just so that you can have a copy and look at it. They are absolutely gorgeous. And because of that, and then just the fact that there's probably not a ton out there, right? If you look at something like the Charizards from Champion's Path, I believe last time I looked, there's like 12,000 of each graded and probably more out there. Just an absolute ton of those cards. And I think long term that could hurt the value, whereas a product like this, yes, there's probably a lot out there, but the supply is going to dry up eventually. The Ultra Premium Collection is going to be $300, $500. These are going to be over $100, $200, and no one's going to want to crack the product to get the cards out of them. Also, the centering on these guys is pretty bad. The centering on all three that I have is absolutely atrocious. If you look at, this is probably the worst example. You can see how thin this side is and how thick that side is. Let me pop it out of the sleeve here. See how thin this border is and how thick this border is. The centering on all these cards is garbage, which means there's not going to be very many PSA 10s or high grades in these cards. Obviously, there'll be a lot of 9s. I do think that amount of centering, particularly on the other two, isn't bad enough to warrant it getting an 8, but it's definitely not 10 centering. Which means there's not going to be a high pop of 10s in these cards. And I think they are just going to do really well. Obviously, you can see I own the product, so I'm not trying to hype it up here. I guess I am trying to hype it up, but just be forewarned. I do own some of the product. But I do think it is definitely worth taking a look at. It's one of the better modern products, I would say, when you consider that a lot of this stuff could get reprinted. Definitely something worth taking a look at. That is the Zacian and Zamazenta Elite Trainer Box Pluses and also the Ultra Premium Collection. The Ultra Premium Collection, it's had better returns so far. I don't know if those will continue. I think you're a lot more likely to be able to get a really good deal, maybe 50 bucks if you really hunt hard for these. I think you cannot go wrong at getting these less than suggested retail price. But that's all I have for you guys today. Please let me know down in the comments, do you think this is a waste of time? Do you think this is stupid? Do you think these cards are not going to be worth very much? Or do you think they are pretty good, they're not going to get reprinted, and they should see pretty steep increases in value over the coming years? Let me know what you guys think. I'd love to have a discussion. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video.